We're talking now with Megan Hassan, who got her law degree here in 2007 from the Beasley School of Law. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Megan is a partner and litigator at Damon and Hassan, which is in the Austin, Houston area, and you specialize in, and I quote, the intersection where international and U.S. privacy laws meet the American corporate forerunners of social networking. And you also speak 3 languages.
Just 2.
Just 2. Okay.
Just 2. I mean, I used to speak French very well, and it's not so much.
It's not so much anymore. All right.
You lose it with practice.
Terrific. Start us off, Megan, with telling us how you got interested in the law.
I've always been interested in the law. I was a political science major at Rutgers as an undergrad, and then I did a master's degree program at Georgetown University in Arab Studies, and I always wanted to do international law, with especially the Middle East. And then I came to law school at Temple, and I'd always known that law school was in my future.
Okay.
And Temple had a very fantastic program. It was reasonably priced, and law school is very expensive these days. So it's very important to take price into account especially when you're getting a graduate degree. So I came to Temple, and they have fantastic study abroad programs that I took advantage of.
Where'd you go?
I went to Cairo my first year. It's actually out of Seton Hall Law, but I also went to their Japan program. And so I spent my very last semester in Japan. And some of the connections that I made in those programs are the reason that I have the job now. My partner I met in Cairo through the Seton Hall program, and he's from Austin, so we moved. He started to practice there. I moved down there as their first associate. And it's just a fantastic journey, and I'm glad that right now we do a lot of international law with our internet practice, because servers are located off seas, and as people try to skirt American laws but take advantage of American freedom of speech laws, try to ride that intersection. It's just a brand new area of law, and it's fun.
Is that the best part about the job, is that it's all unfolding? This is not tried and true. This is so new.
It's always a challenge. There's not any kind of settled law in this area in almost any state. It's state by state, and it is not settled in Texas, so it's kind of the Wild West of law. The internet is a new place, and technology has far outpaced the law following it. And so we're sort of trying to keep up as we try to make new laws about privacy and harassment, and make sure that people who have been defamed online and harassed and their lives have been ruined get some sort of relief.
Mm-hmm. What's the biggest challenge? Is that you're so far ahead of any law that exists for you?
We are making it up as we go along, yes. That is the biggest challenge. A lot of our work is trial and error. We've been very fortunate to have fantastic mentors, but those mentors are, while fantastic litigators, don't necessarily have an internet background. And so we're putting together different pieces from the technology sector and from the legal sector, and so it's having to match up a puzzle. And it's fun, but it's very challenging.
Dialing back to the Temple experience here, when you came out in 2007, so much has changed in the law field of the internet in just these couple of years.
That's true.
Were you prepared for this area of law, or could anybody have been?
I am, as I told a group of Temple students yesterday, Temple law students yesterday, I think that this particular area of law is well suited to younger attorneys, because we have grown up with the internet, and we all have Facebook accounts, and we understand social media so much more than older attorneys might. And so I think it's one of the very few areas of law where younger attorneys can kind of come out swinging and make a name for themselves immediately, because they have an innate understanding of the internet that maybe older attorneys might not have.
That's a great point. What would your advice be to students who are coming out?
That's a good question.
On just how to navigate and reach the level that you've been able to reach.
The first piece of advice that I always give is that the first year after law school is miserable, and to not expect it to be anything but that. The learning curve is steep, and if you can get through that and stay with the practice of law, it does become rewarding. And if you take chances and you follow what you think is right, and you continue to let yourself be afraid and push through that fear, then you will get to where you want to be.
That's great. You had done your undergraduate work at Rutgers,
yes,
and had already seeking a graduate degree, and then came here to Temple,
yes,
for your third degree. Our current campaign is Temple Made.
Yes.
Even though this was your third institution of higher education, how do you feel that you are Temple Made as you've launched this career?
That's a really good question. First of all, I think that the education I got at Temple's School of Law was phenomenal. It's bar none one of the best faculties that I have ever come across in all of my education. They really care. They're very knowledgeable, and I love the connection that Temple has given me to the city of Philadelphia. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I'm from the Poconos originally, but even traveling all over the country and living in Texas, I have that, just having a Temple pedigree, I guess, gives me the legitimacy. When I say, oh yeah, I'm from the Philadelphia area, they're like, oh, where did you go to school? Temple. Oh, well, my friend went to Temple, my brother went to Temple, my mom went to Temple. Like, everybody knows Temple, and that's, and it means a lot, I think, to be part of that community and that family.
That's great. Thanks so much. We've been talking to MEAGAN Hassan, got her law degree here in 2007 from the Beasley School of Law. Thanks so much.
Thank
you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.